Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel, and it's Europa League action. Manchester United versus FC Twente, the first game in the new format, which Erik Ten Hag has heavily criticised. Getting involved in today's chat with your own opinions, and don't forget to smash that like button, Reds.
He's heavily criticised it. He thinks there's too many games. Is he going to win the competition? He was asked the question. He's going to go game by game. I look at it and I think to myself, the first 4 games are tough games for him. Goes on till January, and he's criticised this format. And he does not like it at all.
Is that why we've seen rotations so early on? Because we've already got an extra couple of games in the early stages of this group competition.
Well, he's clearly worried about a lot of things, injuries, how they can affect what goes on. He sees these games, too many games, but it's what UEFA want. UEFA want United to come out of the Carabao Cup. Other associations throughout Europe, they've cut their cup competitions down, and this is the route what has to be taken. I think that's too many games. Carabao Cup, not the Europa League, what's going to be ditched. It looks like the Carabao Cup, and it's heavily looking that way.
If you're looking at Manchester United's squad, though, when everyone's fit, do you think we can actually challenge in all cup competitions this season, domestic and in the Europa League?
I don't think so. I think injuries will take its toll on this squad. I think it will take its toll on many other squads. There is too many games. It's clear there is too many games. And I quite agree that this format is too big. But I also see it as an exciting format as well. First 4 games, like I say, you've got Porto in there, you've got Fenerbahce in there, 2 away games, you've got Mourinho to face. It's exciting, the first 4 games. So he's got it all to do. 2 home games, 2 away games, and he's got to get nearly maximum points to ease through. That's when he can rotate.
Yeah, I won't be seeing Luke Shaw in this game, but he did give an update. He's hopeful that he'll be back after the international break.
I look at his answer to that and the question on it, and Luke Shaw, he basically hasn't got a clue. That's how I read it. He hasn't got a clue. He talks about he hopes he's there before the international break, and maybe he'll be there after the international break. Hasn't got a clue. And I have said a while ago, and I have continued about Luke Shaw, there is a big problem here because no one is actually coming out with the facts about Luke Shaw. And he, to me, answering that question today, basically hasn't got a clue. He's hoping without any facts, and he didn't give any facts about the injury, about a certain date coming back. Luke Shaw, big problem going forward.
Yeah, with Luke Shaw there, obviously he's not 100% on when he'll be back. It's all a bit vague. Malacia as well, he could be coming back in October as well. But for me, I've still got to look at that January transfer window for a left-back position. If them 2 players aren't match fit, where we've seen a consistent run of games of 8 to 10 games, I think we do need to dive in to that transfer market in the January, see if we can get maybe a loan option similar to like we did again with Reguilon. Because like I say, he will want to win the cups this season. He's always said it ever since he's walked through the door about winning trophies. He's continued along that line this season, and I think if we are to go deep into the competitions, into the later stages, we are going to need a fully fit squad and people who can actually play in natural positions, not putting Delo at left back or even Mazraoui at left back. We're going to need someone with a left foot who gives us balance on that left hand side.
I think once you go further into any cup competition, the opportunity is there to win it. And Ten Hag has always stated he wants to win cup games. He just wants to win every game, like every manager does. But the further you go in this, the more exciting I think this will get. And I think the excitement comes from the first 4 games. So he's got a bit of a task here, Erik Ten Hag. He is bringing players back. Højlund's back fit now. He just needs a run of games. And games like this, against Porto, against Fenerbahce, will do Højlund the world of good.
Yeah, let's hope Luke Shaw and Malacia do come back and we do see some sort of consistency from one of them or both of them this season. But going into the actual team, rotation, that's been a bit of a buzzword the last week or so, especially before and after the Palace game. Do you expect more rotation in this game?
I think it's... I look at the rotation thing and I call it like some people have been dropped lately, and I think there's a few other players to be dropped. Yes, there is opportunities for players. Players need game time, like I just mentioned, Højlund there. So Mason Mount in this team? I think he should be in this team. Playing FC Twente, you look at him, it's the first time United have played him in its 146-year history. So I look forward to it. Erik Ten Hag's looking forward to it. but he's looking forward to a team what he used to play for. 3 spells he had there. 3 spells.
I think he's actually mentioned that he'd like to go back as the actual chairman at some point in the future in some of the reports that I've seen. But yeah, sticking on like Mason Mount there, would you expect Bruno really to be dropped for this game? Dropped from that starting 11?
I think it's clear Bruno needs a rest. He's played too many games. You've seen that the other day. Everything he touched, the longer the game went on at Crystal Palace, the worse Bruno played. His passing got atrocious at times. He couldn't put 2 passes together. So I think he needs a rest. But it's very hard to get Bruno off that pitch. He demands to play. He's the captain. Should he play? I don't think he should on form. I think he desperately needs that rest. And I think Erik Ten Hag should take the decision and rest him.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's not cut it this season, Bruno Fernandes, but there's not many in that United team that actually have. And against Crystal Palace, yeah, I was all over it like a cheap suit like you, that his passing was really, really poor in that game. And let's just hope it was just one of them games. Like players do have, dips in forms in games.
Yeah.
But I just can't really. Would I be shocked if they dropped Bruno? I actually would, to be honest. To drop Bruno Fernandes in the opening Europa League game, where you definitely need the 3 points. I think in this one, you need to start your strongest starting 11. And I think Bruno is our strongest one out of him and Mason Mount currently.
Yeah, but people out there were saying if he needs to be dropped because he's not playing well. So you look at it, on form, he's not part of a strong squad at the moment. He desperately needs that rest. I think what might happen here, if anyone's thinking of players to be dropped, I think Onana might be dropped and Bayindi might be brought into it. Like Erik Ten Hag says, 8 games. It's a long competition. The format just stretches out into January. So I think Bayindi, it will be a good opportunity for Bayindi. So I'm looking forward to that decision.
I'm not taking this game that lightly, me. I'm really not. I think Man United need to put out the strongest starting 11. Yeah, we got off to a good start against Crystal Palace. We don't often see that in games where Man United start off well in games, but we definitely need to do it in this game. It's Europa League. We need the 3 points on the board from your opening game, and I think we do need to go strong. I think Onana, the last couple of league games against Palace and Southampton, he's been fantastic. Let's keep that confidence there. For me, he should have done that with Marcus Rashford, keeping that confidence there. Out of all the games he's played in the last 12 months where he's continually started him and he's not performed, he then performs in 2 games against Southampton and Barnsley and then drops him. I'm not in favour of that. Now, if you want to do some rotation, get your strongest starting 11 out and then look at 50 minutes, 60 minutes, hook players off and then give them that rest in terms of rotation. Because for me, it's a big game. It is actually a big game. It's the Europa League. Yeah, it might not be the actual competition we want. We want the Champions League. But still, it's a cup competition that I'm sure if we was in the later stages of, every fan will want us to win it. So let's get on the board with 3 points. Give us that little bit of breathing distance. And then let's see in the second half where we're up to, then start that rotating. For me, it's always strongest starting 11.
Yeah, you've got to get the 3 points. I agree with that. But you also got to look at the opponent, FC Twente, 4th in their league. They're not the greatest side. So Erik Ten Hag, a lot of people have been saying he needs to rest a few players, bring a few other players in. And there is players chomping at the bit to get in there. What I do want to see, I want Garnacho and Ahmad on that pitch. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people won't disagree with you with Garnacho and Ahmad, but I've got to start Xerxes in this one, definitely up top.
Xerxes again. He has to. How can he not play? How can he not play? A link-up player like that will be missed. Højlund on there, on the bench, bring him on. But get the first half done, get the goals. That's what we want. Xerxes, the link-up play, just phenomenal.
He did go back on Redknapp's comments. I think he was asked about him. And he basically said that people need to start trusting what I say.
Oh, well, I'm not too
I
sure
started
about...
laughing similar to what I've just done now.
Listen, Erik Ten Hag there, I don't know why he just didn't avoid that again. I did say yesterday he has to stop commenting on the press, asking him questions about pundits. No need to go down that line again. Bringing Jamie Redknapp into it. What does he know?
Yeah, we're going to leave it there anyway. Hopefully Ten Hag will as well. But I'd just like to thank everyone for joining us today. Just thought we'd do a quick overview, a match preview. Get your thoughts and opinions in, Reds, please, in the comment section below. And don't forget to smash that like button. Got to be honest with you, we've done it here from home today because none of us are actually feeling too great today. I think we've both caught a bug, but hopefully we're back fighting fit tomorrow. Even if we're not, I'll still be there and we'll make sure we get 2 match reactions
3-0, by the way.
after the game. 3-0. Yeah, I'll go with that, actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
Confident.
Yeah, confident. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everyone. See you again soon. Thank you. Bye.